Gonna get a little coffee going. Alright guys, what I came down here to do today is talk about my new tent system. In my extraordinarily long quest to find an ultralight tent shelter system with bug protection, I did a ton of research and I looked at a lot of different models from tarp tent and some of the more lightweight Big Agnes tents. I looked around. I really wanted something that was right around 2 pounds or less for either a 1 or 2 person system. I wanted something that was adequately weatherproof, but above all that had bug protection, because one thing that I just cannot stand is the bugs. That just gets me more than anything else, and so that was just a massive part of my my criteria when I was looking for a shelter system. And that was when I stumbled across the Integral Designs Silshelter. And I put this is the shelter itself. It is set up by a trekking pole. You can use 1 or 2, or you can suspend it from a tree. I put the Nalgene there just for size comparison, so you can see it's basically the size of a 1-liter Nalgene, just a little bit taller. I got about halfway down here and realized I didn't have the exact weights on me, but both the, so I will annotate it in the video, but both the shelter and the shelter's bug liner come in at just about 1 pound each, and then they're the aluminum stakes as well. So you're looking at right about a 2-pound system. Now, the Silshelter, when set up properly, and I will set it up later, it is supposedly this is definitely a 2-person design. Once you set it up with the bug liner, it becomes a little bit more of 1 plus a dog, is what I like to call it. Be very, very tight for 2 people, but more than enough room for 1 person, or if you got your dog along with you. So you're looking at right about a pound a piece. This is made out of sil nylon. I forget the denier, but it is pretty impressive. I'm going to set it on up for you and give you a look-see. This right here is just the bug liner. It's about 8 feet long, and right here at the height it's about 4 feet tall. Right here at the door, as you can see, it tapers down right to the end. All you need is 4 stakes for this, which are provided when you buy it. It's got this pyramid zippered door. The mesh is no-see-um netting, so the little tiny midges can't get in. Right in there, as you can see, it's it could probably fit 2 people just with their pads in there. There's no equipment that'd have to go in the vestibule, but it really is comfortable with just 1 person. That is the Silshelter bug liner. I'll throw the Silshelter right on top of it right now for you. And here's the Silshelter set up over the liner. Now, as you can see, the footprint for the shelter is much larger than the liner was. You have a good overlap of, I'd say, 8 to 10 inches of space between the edge of the liner and the Silshelter. You have tons of guy out options along each side. You've got 5 guy out points on either side if you have the stake, and then 2 points on the fly here, on each end of the fly. On the outside of the shelter, as you can see, there is no zipper. The edge simply catches around these stakes and opens up to the liner inside. And the few outings that I've had it out on, it has been very weatherproof. You can move the stakes around, either to leave a little bit of a gap here or to cover it up nice and tight. As you can see, there's more and more guy out points here. And what I do with my second trekking pole is I just add that there for a little bit of support and rigidity. If you wanted, in the shoulder season when you don't really have to worry about bugs or anything, if you're not going to set up the liner and you don't really want to carry the weight and the bulk, you can take your second pole and set it inside, and there is a point right about there to set up 2 poles inside, and that gives you a ton of headroom right there instead of just 4 feet right up at the front by the door. Excuse me. And that is about it. It has been a great shelter so far. I've had it out in about a half dozen outings. It does not come with its seams taped from Integral Designs. You have to do that yourself, but they do send you the kit to do it with. Other than that, the fabric has been fairly waterproof. I haven't had a leak yet. And I've heard pretty good things too about the waterproofness. Even when you don't have the liner with the bathtub floor in it, the water just drips right off the edges and doesn't really go inside. And if you want, you can raise these stakes up a little bit, and you can provide a lot more ventilation in the hot summer months if you want, or in the winter to try and reduce condensation, or you can sink it all the way down for whatever. Maybe if you have a little bit more bug protection, you don't have the liner. But that right there is the Integral Designs Silshelter. It is no longer being produced, but there are a good half dozen websites online that still sell it, both the shelter and the liner, and if you look around you can find it. You can get the shelter itself for right about $100, and the liner for anywhere from $1 to $120. And that's new. I'm sure you could find it used also. Well, that right there is the Integral Designs Silshelter. If anyone has any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.